Thank you for tuning into the Phillip Scott Show. My name is Danielle DeVita and I am a proud contributor. Someone sent me this video, and I know we've talked about the single mom by choice on this channel, but this time I've noticed that they've included interviews from some of the women and from one of the little girls of the mom. And so I wanted to play this video and provide my commentary.
One of the biggest decisions we can make in life is if and when to start a family of our own. Thanks to modern science and new social norms, more women are choosing to have babies later in life and on their own. CBS's Nikki Batiste goes in depth on the growing trend of women becoming single moms by choice.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Up against her biological clock, Tracy Kodak faced a tough decision at 39.
Do you remember the moment you thought, I'm going to have a baby on my own?
I do. I was with my best friend, and I said, I don't have a partner. I need to be a mom.
She emptied her savings to cover fertility treatments, ultimately using sperm donated by a friend. After 3 years of trying, she had Zola, 7+ pounds of pure wonder.
And then it was, oh my gosh, I'm taking home a human. And she was perfect.
Kodak belongs to the organization Single Mothers by Choice. Its 30,000 members are part of a growing trend, women having babies alone because they're tired of waiting for the one, or they simply want to parent solo.
You could do this all day, couldn't you?
Like Emma Ramos, mother to 2-year-old Michael.
If you had to choose one word to describe life as a single mom by choice, what would it be?
Can it be 2 words? I would say just like beautiful chaos.
As a teenager, Ramos dreamed of having a child, not a partner. Modern attitudes have helped make that possible. Today, more than 3/4 of Americans find single parenting acceptable, although more support a 2-parent household.
That speaks to the misconception that we have somehow purposefully handicapped our children by, only bring them into the world with one parent.
You obviously make all the decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a blessing and a curse?
Decision making, I would say, is a blessing, but then I suppose if I make the wrong decision, I'm the only one, to blame, I guess.
Just in time for this Mother's Day, Zola Kodak turned 11.
Having a single mom by choice can be hard, like when you're first growing up, but then my mom just wanted me, nobody else.
Everything I do for her. This house is for her, my job. It's all for her.
2 single moms living with their choices and their children, and loving both.
I love you.
I love you too.
Nikki Batiste, CBS News, New York.
I understand women want children. Sometimes they are at a point where they feel like they need to go to the fertility bank or adopt because they are becoming of age. I understand that. The concern here is, why is that the first alternative rather than say, hey, you know what is it that's preventing me from being in the relationships that are healthy, and then I create a child there? Because when you were listening to the clip, it was saying some of the women felt like they didn't, they were not in a relationship, they didn't have a choice, and they wanted a child. Now, there were some women that did not want to be in a relationship. They really wanted to be a single mom. And I know they say it's by choice, but when you listen to it, some of it's saying they're a single mom by choice because they decided to have a child despite the fact that they were not able to secure a healthy relationship in which that child could be created. But some of these instances where women did not want to be in a relationship with a man, they just wanted to have a child, and that's all they wanted. They just wanted to be a mom. And one of the ladies was saying, she thinks that it's sad that people feel like the child is somehow handicapped mentally, not actually handicapped, but some way they're challenged by not having a father in a home. They are. They are. And so, yes, you could be a great mom, but without the other parent, the child is missing something. You really are missing something when you don't have both parents there. And, one of the girls was trying to explain how, how she understood why her mom wanted to be a mom, and it was just normal. So we are really teaching our children to say, hey, this is normal. And it's likely that children of her generation are going to say, hey, I'll be single mom by choice. I don't think it's by choice. I think it's because they were not able to either secure a relationship at all and have a child, or they were not able to get in a relationship that they found that was ideal for them.
Up against her biological clock, Tracy Kodak faced a tough decision at 39. It belongs to the organization Single Mothers by Choice. Its 30,000 members are part of a growing trend, women having babies alone because they're tired of waiting for the one, or they simply want to parent solo.
And a lot of times we think that it's the other person. We can't have a great relationship because the dating pool is just so small and there's no good people. I'll admit the dating pool is probably slim. It's different than the past. However, we can change that. You as an individual can make changes in your life, and that will propel people who have the same energy as you do to come around you. I talk about being approachable often. Sometimes as women, we're not approachable. People don't want to come to us or talk to us. And we are in this era where men are not talking to us. There's numerous videos where men are saying they don't want to approach a woman because how the woman may act. Or women asking, why aren't men approaching us? And some of these are the reason. One, you may not have yourself together. How are you acting when people do approach you? How are you dressing? How are you looking? Are you approachable? Sometimes we have that resting bee face and we don't want people to approach us. So we're not in a relationship, or we keep going from one toxic relationship to another. And we're wondering why we're not in healthy relationships because we too are toxic, right? I always talk about being the best version of yourself. We in society are so focused on holding someone else accountable, and for that, they need to be the best version. They need to be the man. They need to be this. They need to be provider. And we're not feminine. We're not fit, right? We're not loving. And so many times we're not nurturing, but yet we still want a child. But we don't want to be in a relationship to create a healthy relationship for both you and the child. Relationships are important for you and for that child. It's important for that child to see both options. And a lot of times we are desensitizing children and say, hey, this is normal to have a single family household. It's not just men that are suffering from growing up in a single mom household. It's women too. It's women too. And so you guys tell me what you think about this video. I know this has been circulating for a while about the whole single mom by choice. I think that I think it should be single mom by default. I really do. Because most of the reasons are you're at the time of age, so you need to have a child while your biological clock is ticking, or you're not in a relationship that you deem that's good enough to have a child. And we talked about these reasons why, right? Or you're in this feminist movement where you don't like men and you feel like you want to have a child on your own. You're tired of men. And again, a lot of that comes with a lot of internal trauma that needs to be resolved from therapy. So a lot of times you're a single mom by default. Not truly by choice. You feel like this is the only choice. Well, you feel like, hey, it's either have a child or not have a child. So you feel like since you decided to have a child, it's by choice. But I really think it's by default. I really do. And so there are women that don't want children, and that's great. And there's women that feel like, okay, well, it wasn't by choice. They may have had a man in the home and he passed away or he decided to leave and things like that. But you choosing to create this child knowing that you could fit some of the ramifications of why you are currently single, it's not by choice. It's by default. But you guys tell me what you think. Like, share, comment. If you have not, go ahead and download the African Diaspora News Channel app. You can download it from, it's available from your iPhone as well as Android. You can also go to the URL if you're not a fan of the app, right? AfricanDiasporaNews.org, and you can get a membership. Get a membership. We're trying to get to 10,000 members. It is, you can do a yearly, a monthly, or you can do a semi-annual. So go ahead and get a membership. I am a proud member. Hope that you will be too. Thank you. Take care.